What's going on, guys? Never thought I'd make a video like this or anything remotely close to this, but here is kind of the situation. Here's kind of what has gone down in the last few days. Bobby and I are in Cancun. Jared is back home. Jared's been taking care of the house. Jared's been taking care of the cars, the shop, all that good stuff, holding down the fort. He's been out shooting some of the cars, and we had a could have been massive turn of events with one of the Evos. Evo 10 did end up catching fire, and he did end up taking a bunch of video stuff after the fact, kind of showing what happened. So I'm just going to play this here now, and you guys can see exactly what went on.
Oh, I really don't want to videotape this right now. So I was out taking pictures in the 10, and I got back in the car and I smelled something that did not smell like exhaust fumes, and saw some black smoke coming through the hood scoop. So I went and popped it, and lo and behold, there was a fire right, let's see if it picks it up, right there. So this coil, something happened with this, I think it's this coil pack harness. Yeah, coil pack harness, wiring, something caught fire, and you can see it burned the valve cover right there. Luckily, I noticed it before it really got out of hand. I don't have any water with me. It's out here snowing, so I just stuffed a bunch of snow on it, and thankfully it went out. But yeah, definitely not driving that back to the shop, so gonna have to figure something out. Someone's gonna have to come tow it, I guess, because I am not chancing that. Oh, thank God it didn't burn to the ground. That scared the shit out of me. But yeah, fun. So there it is, almost burned down the 10. Also, I definitely just remembered that there's a fire extinguisher back here. So I think if I was panicking and looking around, I probably would have found it. But yeah, anyway, I feel really stupid now. I could have just used that. But in any case, it's out, so we're good. It's been a couple of hours since the fire happened. I've just been sitting here waiting for Cameron to come give me a tow. It's gonna be interesting trying to tow this thing because we can't tow it from the front unless we take the bumper off, which is gonna be a pain in the ass outside with the snow and everything going on. So definitely not even gonna try that. So we're gonna tow it from the back. We'll see how we're gonna hook that up. But yeah, it's pretty cold out too. It's like 30, I think it's like 30 degrees. So needless to say, it's pretty chilly. I'm excited to get out of here, but just happy that the car is still in one piece and not, you know, a pile of ashes right now. All right, I think help has arrived. Ugh.
Oh man.
What's up?
Frick, man. Very cool. Sorry it took so long. I didn't realize it was gonna take that long.
Oh, dude, you're good. Don't worry about it. I'm just happy that I can find help at all.
Yeah.
I was worried that you guys would be busy and this thing would, I mean, it has to, can't just sit here forever, so I was gonna find something, but, so yeah, it caught right on the edge of the valve cover, right there.
Oh yeah.
You can see it caught up here.
Got a little melt. Yeah, when you say it caught on fire, you're expecting like everything just to be roached. But...
Dude, I'm really happy it wasn't. I think I caught it right when it happened, and thankfully it didn't spread, because I feel like with car fires, once they do spread, it's kind of a goner at that point.
My car gone yet?
Yeah, she's up in flames. We lost her.
So we're thinking of towing it from right here. Does that work?
Are you guys going off the weed? What the
Bro, no, we're not. Hold on, let me flip. So yeah, we don't know where to strap it to. All right, guys, we're trying to figure out how we're gonna tow this thing because you can't tow it from the front. Like I said, we're not taking the bumper off, so trying to find something in the rear, but I don't think there's a tow hook, or at least we can't find the tow hook from the back. So we might just have to strap it up to the strut bar, ideally pretty close to the coilovers, but yeah, I'm not really sure.
So oh yeah.
Looks like, yeah, strut bar.
No, it ain't bad at all. Like, you got a fried wire.
There's just not one wire.
No, there's nothing. Like, it's definitely not a any type of fuel fire or fuel issue.
If that fuel like caught, it'd be gone.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a car anymore. But all I see is that one wire, and
It's gotta be a ground. It's gotta be some sort of ground issue then.
obviously it's a coil wire coming out of the top here, right?
Yeah,
Right there.
it's the whole smoke pack.
You're thinking it has to do something with the ground?
The gotta be a ground issue then. This way we can work out. So when you get back to the shop, you want to do me a favor and disconnect the battery. I'm kind of thinking that ground on the battery may have been arcing out, and that's gonna cause the issue. Either that, or there's another ground wire on the car that's loose. So just disconnect that battery just in case the guy starts to fucking activate. There's no power going to it at all.
Okay. Yeah. So you're thinking like actually probably on this side.
Yeah.
I think we'll be good right here. We'll keep it somewhere like some light tension on that thing. That bar will be fine.
Yeah, I think we're good. We made it back to the shop. Thankfully, everything went smooth. We got it into the driveway, so we're just gonna push it in the rest of the way. Fuck that. Thanks, man.
I'll send Devin the bill later.
Yeah, fuck, I appreciate it, man. I don't give a fuck if you didn't come home.
No, it's okay.
That sucked.
Huh. Weird. I'm excited to look at it when I get home and figure out what the fuck happened.
Yeah, that's a little sketch.
But either way, it's gonna be like something grounding out or shorting out. Well, I guess you guys got it back to the shop.
Obviously a pretty crazy day. The plan was just to do a quick photo shoot with the car. I really didn't want to drive it that far. It's kind of intimidating to drive in the first place, and especially since it's snowing outside. It's not meant for snow. Obviously, it's on summer. I'm pretty sure it's on summer tires. It's slammed. There's very expensive parts all over the car, so it's easy to break something if ice hits it or something like that. So I didn't really want to drive the car very far at all. I stayed probably within 5 minutes of the shop, drove to the photo shoot location, got there. Everything was going smoothly. I took some really cool shots and got back in the car. I left it running because I planned on moving it a couple of different times in that same area. I got back in the car to move it, and I noticed a smell that wasn't exhaust fumes, and something just didn't seem right. And I thought maybe something was burning because that's what it smelled like. And right as I started smelling it, I looked up and I noticed some black smoke starting to come from the hood scoop. So at that point, I freaked the hell out, and I turned the car off, and I got out, popped the hood, and there was flames around where you guys saw on the valve cover right there. I think it's the ignition coil pack harness or wiring, whatever, that goes to those. For some reason it caught fire. I have no idea why. I don't think either of us know until Devin can get back and take a look at it. But it caught fire, and there were some flames coming up, and it was starting to spread. It was spreading pretty quickly, and I just grabbed snow on the ground and started packing snow against it. I didn't have any water with me. I actually forgot that he had a fire extinguisher in the back. Otherwise, maybe I would have just grabbed that. But I grabbed snow, packed it all over the fire, and at first it wasn't going out. It kept popping above the snow, and I just kept shoving it in there, and thankfully it went out and it didn't spread anymore. It was there's no good place to have a fire in an engine bay, obviously, but it was a pretty bad place for it to happen too, because there's a fuel line that sits right under that harness, and if it would have melted through that, then there would be no more car. Like, for sure it would have burned to the ground, and it would have just been a pile of ashes at that point. So definitely a scary situation. I don't think I realized, even in the moment, how easily or how close that was to being a total catastrophic problem with the car just being a pile of ashes. I mean, if it would have burned through that fuel line, obviously, and fires in general, they just spread really fast in engine bays. I don't know what it is, but every car fire I've ever seen, every video, I've actually never seen one in person, but every video I've seen, it happens so fast. And I actually got flashbacks to, it was a video of an RS3, I think it was 1320 video. It was a video of an RS3 that bursted a brake line while they were driving, and it caught fire while they were rolling, and the whole thing burned to the ground. And as I was putting out the fire, I'm just envisioning this thing spreading and just going up in flames, and it was just a bad situation. So I'm really grateful that the fire did not spread anymore. It's a relatively simple fix right now. It's not like it burned a bunch of stuff. It's pretty isolated in that one area. So I'm just really grateful that it didn't spread, grateful that I was able to put it out before that happened, and that there happened to be snow on the ground, because this is the first day in Spokane that it snowed. And if it didn't snow and I would have been a normal dry day, you know, maybe another 10 seconds without putting it out, it would have caught the fuel line and the whole car would be gone. So yeah, it was a very close call to being a catastrophe with the car. So obviously a shitty situation for anything bad to happen, especially when I'm driving the car. Just a shitty situation all the way around. I'm just really grateful that it didn't turn out or end up being the car burning to the ground, especially in my possession. It feels even worse knowing that I was driving the car when it happened. But the silver lining is that the car's fine. It's going to be fine. Just a couple of replacements, which will be more content anyway. So yeah, shout out to Cameron for the tow, by the way. He dropped everything he was doing and drove from Hayden, Idaho to help me out. So I really appreciate that, because I don't know what the hell I would have done without that. Yeah, Devin, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, bro. I'm glad your car didn't burn to the ground, but hopefully no more issues like this.
So that is basically what happened. I know I posted something on Instagram and that had a lot of you guys worried. So this is the exact situation as to what went on with the Evo 10. Couple things to note here. Number one, amazing, very, very grateful, like Jared said, that the car didn't burn down. So big shout out to Jared for catching the fire. Big shout out to Cameron. Number two, for the tow. Car would probably still be in the snow if it wasn't for you, bro. So appreciate that. Number three, we don't really know what's going on. I think electrical fires like that, kind of like the Evo 8 issue, the Hyperblue Evo 8. I don't know if you guys remember, the alternator wire was loose and it was just bouncing back and forth, arcing out, and that didn't cause a fire, but it definitely could have eventually. So I think that's the only issue I can see that could have caused this Evo 10 potentially catastrophic failure, burn, fire thing. So once again, very thankful that we still own an Evo 10 that isn't nothing anymore. Bobby and I are currently stuck in Hurricane Zeta out here in Cancun. So we will get home as soon as possible. Our flight's already been pushed back a day. So I guess we'll see what happens over the next few days. Obviously, I'm going to update you guys when we get back home and show you the car. Obviously, it's fixable. Everything's always fixable. Thankfully, in this situation, it should be like very cheap and very, very easy to fix. I hope.